Now, if you'd have come up and said, you're detained for this crime, I'd have provided you everything you needed. But you didn't do that. Y'all just want to know what I'm doing. So you want my ID, which is not the way it works. Because I didn't provide my ID, then he wants to be shady and go run my plate.
Nobody's being shady. Listen to me, sir.
Everybody's being shady here. I haven't committed a crime. I haven't done anything wrong.
This video is a masterclass on the law, and the one teaching it isn't a cop or a lawyer, but a random citizen sitting in his car. An off-duty officer pulls up, says he got a call, and tries to question this man for filming trains and gas lines. The man sits in his vehicle near a church, camera rolling. He's filming trains, gas lines, and public infrastructure, something he's done many times before, a lawful First Amendment activity. Then an officer pulls in, off-duty, but eager to intervene. He claims he received a call about someone recording trains and wants to know what's going on. The man answers politely but doesn't volunteer details. He hasn't broken any law, and he knows he doesn't have to explain his actions. That doesn't sit well with the officer, who immediately asks for ID. When the man refuses, because he hasn't committed a crime, the officer begins running his license plate. The man objects, reminding him that running plates without cause is illegal, but the officer continues anyway. Soon, more patrol cars arrive, and a senior officer shows up, demanding his ID. But this man knows his rights. He crushes every claim the officers make, dismantling one excuse after another, turning this random stop into a 10-minute masterclass on the law right there in front of a church. Watch the full video and see how it unfolds.
How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Not too bad.
What can I do for you?
Well, we had a call that you were recording trains or something. I don't know for sure what it is.
Okay.
Is there any reason why you're over here? Is that what you're doing?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know what you're doing?
No, I don't know that. I don't know that I need to explain to you what I'm doing.
Well, you're on private property.
Are you assuming I don't have permission to be here?
Do you have permission to be here?
Do I not?
We got a call on you, a complaint, okay?
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
All right.
All right. I'm off duty. I'm just trying to help out right now, okay?
Okay.
So, do you have any ID or anything?
I do.
Okay, can I see your ID, sir?
Am I being detained?
No, sir, you're not being detained.
Nah, I'd rather not answer any more questions.
You're inside a vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just 1 second.
But you understand that we're in a time of terrorism too.
Well,
Somebody taking pictures of railroad tracks and gas company, that ain't normal.
it's not?
No.
Well, maybe not your definition of normal. But I would hate to think that as a law enforcement officer that a citizen taking activity and doing a constitutionally protected activity that is legal would throw up a red flag in your eyes and be suspicious.
You have a right to be on this property? You got permission?
I'm not answering any more questions.
You're not?
I mean, if you want to assume that I don't have a right to be on this property and pursue that, that's your business. But
Okay. Well, we're checking right now with the owner, and if you don't, we're going to cite you for trespassing, all right?
it's illegal, and I'm going to find out.
What makes you think that it is?
Because I would hate to think that I live in a country where you officers could just run my plates and get my information anytime you want. Now, given the fact that if I'm not detained, I don't have to provide ID, he did not detain me. He just took it upon himself to go back there to find out who I am. I do not have to provide that information to you unless I'm detained. And you didn't detain me until you walked to the back of my car after you ran my plate and after that officer ran my plate. I have it all on video.
That's fine. But
Now, if you'd have come up and said, you're detained for this crime, I'd have provided you everything you needed. But you didn't do that. Y'all just want to know what I'm doing. So you want my ID, which is not the way it works. And because I didn't,
Hold on.
because I didn't provide my ID, then he wants to be shady and go run my plate.
Nobody's being shady. Listen to me, sir.
Everybody's being shady here. I haven't committed a crime. I haven't done anything wrong. And if you say I'm trespassing on this property, you're wrong, because I can't be trespassing on a property that I've never been asked to be to. This is a church parking lot. Are you prepared to stay in court,
Sir,
and tell the
listen to
court
me.
that this preacher of this church
No.
would not want me here sitting in his parking lot?
Are you going to let me answer?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, the answer to that is we got a call that you were here, okay? Now, we're investigating that. For whatever reason you're here, not just because you're sitting on the church parking lot, okay? It wouldn't have mattered if you were sitting in front of Rite Aid parking lot or anything else. It doesn't matter, okay?
Well, if
And
it doesn't
let me tell
matter
you
where I'm
something.
sitting,
Hold on, sir.
why was
Hold on. I want to get an
Why
understanding.
was I threatened with being
Sir,
charged of
listen to me.
trespassing?
Listen to
And
me.
I would appreciate if you didn't touch
Listen,
me.
listen.
I know you have no ill will, but I would appreciate
And I don't.
if you didn't take for granted that we're friends enough for you to touch me.
Well,
Because right now you're performing an illegal act,
Well,
and I don't
I'm
trust
just talking to you.
Well, this is not a consensual conversation, and the only way it's going to continue to be a conversation is if I'm detained. And if you detain me,
Well, until we figure out why, let me tell you this:
unless I'm being detained, I'm not answering any more questions, and I'd like to be free to go about my business.
Until we figure out why you're here, you are being detained, sir.
Okay, what crime am I being detained for?
Suspicious activity, trespassing for one. There's a railroad.
Now
here.
we're back to trespassing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is, sir. I'm not just pulling stuff out of my butt here, you know.
So if I was to go park in, like your example, if I was to go park in Rite Aid parking lot and sit there and take some pictures, that makes me trespassing, just like I'm doing here. I'm in a church parking lot, okay, that is openly accessible to the public. There are no signs that say private property. There are no signs that say you can only
I'm not
be
being
here.
argumentative with you and saying
No,
none of that's not the case.
You're just wrong.
You're exactly right.
I mean, you can charge me with trespassing all you want, but if you think you're going to be able to stand up in court in front of a jury of my peers and convince them that what I'm doing right now is trespassing, you're wasting your time, my time, and the court's time.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. 90% of what we do is a waste of time. Okay? I'll give you that.
All this boils down to is your off-duty officer that pulled up and told me he was off-duty and told me I was not detained wanted to know who I was, and he doesn't have that right.
No, that's not what happened.
I have it all on video.
I understand.
That's exactly
You're right,
what
but
happened.
let me tell you, he didn't just run across you. What happened was he heard the radio call. Me and that other deputy got a radio call that somebody was here taking pictures.
Okay.
And he heard it on the radio and was close by and stopped.
Okay, let me ask you
He didn't
this
just
then.
approach you because he felt like
So
approaching you.
nobody called and said there was somebody trespassing. Somebody called and said I was taking pictures.
Right.
Is it illegal to take pictures in public?
It depends on what you're taking a picture of, sir. Here's the thing.
So you're telling me that a citizen doesn't have a right in public to take a picture of anything they can see from public? Is that what you're telling me?
Let me back that because I'm going to use that argument. That's what
I'd just like for you to answer my question.
Hold on, I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
But I'm going to answer it in a way that you asked us too about running your license plate. The courts have already said that license plate is in plain view wherever it is. As long as we don't go up in your yard and do it.
And I didn't accuse you.
No,
I said I think it's illegal, and I'm going to find out.
And I'm explaining it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
And before we leave, I'm going to need names and badge numbers from every officer that's here, or a business card.
Well, you're recording it. You got mine right here.
Okay. What's your badge number, sir?
1123.
Thank you. And I'm going to need it from those gentlemen as well.
So, why can't we have a civil conversation here and explain what you're doing here?
We were having a civil conversation until your officer, who was off duty and told me that I was not detained,
he's not here, so don't
started asking me for my ID, what I was doing, why I was here.
Okay, I'm asking you to communicate with me.
Okay. I'll communicate as much as I feel necessary to communicate with you.
Okay.
If I'm being detained, though, I need to know right now if I'm being detained. Because if I'm being detained, I'm going to cooperate silently, and I'm going to plead the fifth and not answer any more questions. Now, if you want to have a consensual conversation and communicate, I'll do that if I'm not being detained at my discretion, not yours. So I need to know, am I being detained for a crime? And if so, I need you to articulate what crime I'm being detained for.
You're being questioned and talked to right now about suspicious activity. That's the call. That's what we have.
But am I being detained? If I'm not being detained, I'm going to be free to go on my way.
Sir,
Listen, the law says if you're detaining me, I have to cooperate within the law. If I'm not being detained, I have every right to leave.
I'm using a little bit of logic here and trying to figure out for this business owner right here because
I spoke to this business twice. Both times I've explained to them what I do here. Both times their management said that's okay. So
when was the last time that you talked to them?
2 months ago. I have it on video.
Do you know who that was that you spoke to?
I have it on video, his name. I don't know it off the top.
Can you tell me his name so I can ask?
I don't know it off the top of my head. I have it on video, though. And I'm not going to provide any information right now because I'd have to shut this video off to do so. Now, that's not me being argumentative. That's just a fact. I'm not going to shut this recording I'm doing right now off to find out that gentleman's name.
I'm just curious about one. Can we have a sensible conversation about one thing?
No, we can't. You've told me I'm being detained. So as of right now, if I'm being detained, I'm not answering any more questions, and you tell me what I need to do.
What do you mean if I tell you what to do?
Well, if I'm being detained by law, I have to cooperate. If I'm not being detained, I don't have to cooperate.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I mean, here's what it can come down to, okay? If you want to play this, Okay.
I'm not playing anything. I'm following the law.
I understand, and
I
that's
wish
what I'm
we
telling
were
you.
all following the law.
And
here.
that's what I'm telling you, the law. Sir, let me tell you something. That Constitution means just as much to me as it does you, okay?
Apparently not, because you swore an oath to protect it, and you're
That's
not
exactly
right.
Oh, yes, absolutely, 100%.
Well, me being in public,
absolutely 100%, sir. And I've been protecting this Constitution since I was 17 years old in the Marine Corps and everything else in law enforcement. Okay, so don't tell me just because I'm a law enforcement officer that we're tramping all over everybody's
I'm telling you because of your
rights.
actions right now,
sir. My actions. We have a right to talk to whoever we want to.
I am taking part in a constitutionally protected activity, and you're detaining me.
Okay, well, here's what it comes down to, sir.
Okay.
Here's what it comes down to. If you want to talk the law, okay, the thing is, the law is telling you, don't come back on this property, don't come back on that property, or that is failure to obey an order, and you can go to jail.
Okay. On what property? You said this property?
This property, yes.
And you said that property. What other property are we speaking of?
This property. Right
I've
here.
never been on that property in my life.
I'm not saying you have. I'm just telling you.
And if you're giving me a direct order that I can't be on this property, and I contact this individual right here, and he tells me I can be on this property, me and you're going to court.
I don't care, sir.
I know you don't care. Well, you can't just go around telling people
you're not
what
a church member.
How do you know that? Are you assuming that?
Are you a church member here?
I don't have to answer that question. But
Gary, is he the preacher here? Can he come over here? We'll find out.
I got no problem with that. But I bet you do the talking to him, and when it's all said, let me talk to him and see how it turns out.
Do you know this individual?
No, I'm sorry, I do not.
How do you do,
Is he
sir?
a member of your church?
No, he's not.
Is he allowed to be on this property?
No, he's not.
Okay. Can you tell me why I'm not allowed to be on? I'll respect your wishes, but can you tell me your reason for me not being allowed to be on this property?
I would prefer not to do that.
Okay, that's fair enough. Have you ever told me before that I wasn't allowed on this property?
No, I have not.
Thank you for being honest. I appreciate that. Would you like to know why I'm on your property?
No, I would not.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough.
Thank you.
And you don't want me coming to your church or back to your property?
You're welcome to come to services only.
Oh.
If you are doing anything other than attending our service, I will ask you to leave again.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right.
Is that okay?
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Oh, are we done now?
Yes, sir.
I'm not being charged with trespassing? Can I have your name and badge number, please?
Now this cop realizes he screwed up, but still wants to push it. Still wants control, even when he knows he's wrong. It's late at night in National City, California. The officer walks up and says he was weaving over the line. But there's one problem. The driver has dash cam footage that proves otherwise. It's another stop that doesn't add up. When asked for his license, the driver doesn't lash out. He challenges. He questions the stop, calls out harassment, and asks the one question every officer dreads. What's the civil code for that? The officer hesitates. He can't answer. Then comes the next blow. The driver requests a sergeant. Within moments, another unit arrives. But instead of letting it go, the cop keeps escalating, digging himself deeper with every word. Ego taking the wheel over the law. Watch for yourself and see how this one unfolds.
How you doing, Officer Henry, National City Police? How you doing tonight?
Good, good.
I pull you over, you're kind of weaving back there. You're like over the line.
I didn't see that, and I have a camera here that's going to show the contrary, but okay.
Okay. Do you have your license on you?
I disagree with your stop. I think you're just doing it to harass me.
Harass you?
Yeah, because I don't think I was weaving, and I can show you on my camera that I was not weaving.
Okay. You went onto the line and then back into the lane.
Okay.
I saw that.
What's the civil code for accidentally going onto the line?
I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's straddling the lane.
Could you call your sergeant?
Okay. My sergeant's right there.
Okay. How you doing? What's your name and badge number?
It's Officer or Sergeant Taylor, 441.
Okay. Sergeant Taylor, 441.
Yes, sir.
What's your name and badge number?
Officer Henry, 551.
And again, why are you saying you're pulling me over?
For straddling the lane.
Okay, for weaving. And even though I have a camera, I can tell you I wasn't doing that.
Okay.
You're still gonna harass me?
Do you have your license?
You're stopping me under the color of law, and you're violating the Fourth Amendment, okay?
Okay. I'll be right back, okay?
Go for it. Sergeant, you already know that this is unnecessary, and you already know this is just to harass. I get that you're doing your job trying to protect National City, and I agree with you, you should. But in my case, I think you're just harassing me, you know?
I didn't stop you, sir.
Well, but you're in charge.
I'm just documenting that we stopped you today, okay?
Under the color of law.
All right. Here you go, Mr. Lissow. Have a good night, okay?
That's what I thought.
Thank you for watching. Every question matters, especially when it's backed by the Constitution. The First Amendment gives you the right to speak, to question, to demand clarity. The Fourth protects you from being stopped, searched, or ID'd without lawful cause. Together, they draw the line between authority and abuse. So when an officer can't name the exact law, when they demand ID without reason, that's your moment to stand firm, not to fight, but to remind them that power ends where rights begin. Always record, always ask, and always know the law. Because the moment you stop questioning, the system stops answering. The original videos are linked below. Make sure to go through them. We'll see you in the next one.